What's going on, friends? It's your boy Danny Brasco Bets, your host here at Pick Profit and Free Pick Guru, getting you a free pick today in some UFC action. Yes, indeed, this fight card is phenomenal. 3 titles on the line, 15 fights on the card. Too good not to cover a free pick in UFC 259 here. So rock with me. I'm going to give you a selection in a light heavyweight banger. I'm taking a look at this Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rockage fight. And man, this is a good fight here at light heavyweight. Pretty much a title eliminator. Both these guys looking to make a run towards a title shot. And let's take a look at their last few fights, how they match up against each other, and who we want to back. Well, taking a look at Thiago Marretta Santos first, coming out of Brazil in this one. He lost his last fight in another light heavyweight title eliminator to Glover Teixeira. He's now the number 4 ranked light heavyweight, Thiago Santos is. And that Glover Teixeira fight was interesting. I actually had Teixeira at a plus 190. He was a big underdog in that one. And Santos dropped him a couple times with his vicious left hooks. We know about how much power Thiago Santos has. Thunder in his fist. And well, right when he dropped Teixeira, he went to the ground with him, and that's where Teixeira was able to use his toughness, his iron chin, reverse position on the ground, and have his way with Santos, where he eventually beat him. So Teixeira with the upset win over Santos. And well, a big problem for Thiago Santos in that fight was his ability on the ground, or lack of ability, I should say. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and you may hear that, but not all black belts are created equally. We've seen Santos struggle on the ground in a number of fights. Prior to that fight, he lost in a split decision to John Jones. No shame in that. It was a close fight, but I think Jones got the win there. Not too controversial for me. And prior to that, he actually beat the current light heavyweight champion, Jan Blachowicz, with punches. The thing about that was he was really able to implement kicks, and Thiago Santos has really powerful kicks. I mean, he's certainly going to have the power advantage in this fight. He'll have the power advantage against almost any human on planet Earth. So in his last fight against Teixeira, he didn't really employ those kicks too much. And maybe that's because he had 2 surgeries on both of his knees fairly recently. He'd been coming back from knee surgery, and that can always impact a fighter, especially a little bit older of a fighter. Thiago Santos coming into this fight at 37 years old, right? Not like a spry young chicken anymore. So that could be pretty impactful here. And now he's fighting certainly a spry young chicken in Alexander Rockage. Prior to the Blachowicz fight, he also beat Jimmy Manuwa, and I want to cover that because, well, that's a common opponent that both of them fought, and he destroyed Jimmy Manuwa in that fight. So, Santos, not to be played with at light heavyweight, serious power. He's got great hooks. If he does throw the kicks, it doesn't matter if you block it. It'll still do damage on your arm or anything. So, Santos certainly going to have the power advantage, but will be at a disadvantage if it does go to the mat here. Taking a look at Alexander Rockage now, well, he's on a roll himself. And he's looking like one of the big up-and-coming prospects at light heavyweight. In my opinion, may be the next big thing here. He's on a run where he beat Justin Ledet. This is dating back to 2018 here. Ledet looking like he's headed towards the bottom of the UFC now. Devin Clark, nice win. Also dominated Jimmy Manuwa. Lost in a split decision to Volkan Oezdemir, and a lot of people have him winning that fight, and I do too. So I'm going to count that as a win. And then most recently beat Anthony Lionheart Smith, where he absolutely just took care of him every second of that fight, dominated on the ground, ripped his legs up with vicious leg kicks, and that's a point I want to make here. Alexander Rockage also has vicious leg kicks to the calf, and we've seen how damaging those can be in the UFC. It's basically the number 1 weapon nowadays, right? If you can immobilize your opponent, if you can just rip up his calf, chop the tree, well, how are you going to put any weight on your leg to throw punches or move around the cage or use mobility? So I see Rockage targeting those surgically repaired legs of Thiago Santos with vicious leg kicks, and that could be a major factor in this fight. I'm also seeing Rockage as just the guy with the better cardio and motor in this one. He just goes for it every second of every fight that he's in. He has no chill whatsoever, absolute warrior in there, a demon to deal with, and he's really a problem on the ground. I think if it does go to the mat, he shoots a takedown, he'll probably succeed in getting Santos to the mat, and Santos has a tough time getting up. Rockage, as we saw against Anthony Smith, who's a really damn good wrestler himself, just dominated on him on the ground, controlled him the entire fight. Ground and pound was vicious, and I think he can do similar things to Thiago Santos here. So in a lot of ways, I'm seeing a matchup advantage for Alexander Rockage in this one. Of course, any moment that they're on the feet, Santos has the ability to put his lights out with one shot. But I also think Rockage is a better pure boxer in this one, and he'll have the ability to be a little quicker, much better cardio, much better gas tank, and if it goes to the mat, I'm looking for domination on the ground here. So all in all, I like the next biggest thing at light heavyweight here. I'm going to go with Alexander Rockage money line. Pretty good value here at -155. Maybe you'll get -160 when this video drops. But I like Rockage to get it done. This is a really good fight for him. This is the best fighter he's faced so far. And this will be a really good name brand win for him on his way towards the top of the division and potentially becoming a future champion. We'll see what happens in light heavyweight with Adesanya taking on Blachowicz. Adesanya moving up to light heavyweight and taking away any of these guys is a chance at a title shot. Maybe Glover Teixeira should have been the next guy. But this is the fight to make with Izzy versus Blachowicz. But that's neither here nor there for this pick. I'm going with Alexander Rockage, and maybe we'll see him versus Izzy in the future if Izzy can take the title away from Blachowicz. So exciting stuff here on this UFC 259 fight card. Lock in with me here. Free pick of the day, Alexander Rockage. Good luck to anyone tailing this bet. Let's go get this money. Booyah,